Welcome back, everybody. This is Pop Samurai's POPtober special event. And thank you for joining us again this evening. We are now going to Pop Aficionados to talk about all things spooky, fun, and entertainment related. I am your host this evening for Aficionados, Critical Joel Pepraki, along with Jaboy Jelani Hoon and Will Milwaukee Washkoon. And of course, we have Randy Lee Beasley as well. You don't have a nickname yet unless you have one that you want to drop for us. I think you actually do have one. Why don't you tell us what it was?
You can just
I called him the Pepper Scar
Padre.
There you go. Beautiful, beautiful. So, I like it. So, thank you guys for joining us again this evening here. You know where to find everything that's Pop Samurai related. But if you do not, it is on PopSamuraiNetwork.com, where you can find everything related to everything we do here on this show. So make sure you go there and like, subscribe, and make sure you spread the word about everything that we do here. We appreciate everything that you do. Please make sure you join us and discuss with us, make comments, address your concerns if you make comments in the chat here. So we'll definitely bring those up. And if you want us to discuss anything in particular, just let us know, and we'll be happy to discuss it here tonight. So first things first, we jump into the show here usually by discussing what everybody's been up to and what they're playing. So let's start with Jelani. What the hell have you been doing, my man?
All right. So today, I want to talk about, let's see, the things I've been doing. I've been kind of just watching a bunch of YouTube stuff, so I've been losing myself in that. So, nothing exciting there.
Oh, come on. There's got to be something noteworthy there.
Nothing noteworthy. Really. It's just been like a lot of cooking videos, like things like that. Just getting lost in like random like music videos as well and things like that. So nothing crazy, but it's also just been like not much else happening there. But the things that I have been watching or doing here, me and a friend of the show, Brian Manan, played Until Dawn together, which is a game by Supermassive. It's a kind of, I would say it's like a choose your own adventure horror game. I don't know if anybody here has played it. But the premise of the game is that it's like a B horror movie, and there's like these teens going to a cabin, and you're just making choices to see how the story progresses. Sometimes you can
Wendigo.
Sometimes you spoilers. We haven't gotten to there, so I guess I know that now. But yes, you're able to make choices so much that so many different choices in the game that like you can have a completely different ending with every single different playthrough you do. Sometimes you can have the full entire cast survive
too. It's crazy.
or you can lose all the characters. So it's been pretty great. We're gonna be releasing that stream sometime. We're gonna be releasing it beginning next week, and then what we're planning on doing is because the game was so much fun. We're planning on actual Halloween. We're going to live stream the second like back chunk of the game. So we're gonna have some fun with that. So that's gonna be fun. Uh, and then the other thing I watched here, and I don't know if anybody else here watched it, but I watched Hubie Halloween.
Yes, Hubie Halloween. Yes, I watched it. Oh God, have I watched it?
Oh God, did you watch it?
Like
Randy?
10 times, yes.
All right. Well, let's start with Randy. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did enjoy it. I went, and my kids like keep watching it now too.
I don't recall the premise of that one.
Randy, give us a quick synopsis of that. What is that?
Adam Sandler is a lovable loser who's grown up in a town in Salem, Massachusetts, and his family is descendant from like the witches in the witch trial. And every year on Halloween, he goes around trying to protect the residents of Salem. And this particular Halloween, evil is afoot.
Yes. Yeah, basically that,
and like impression on top of everything else.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the basic premise there. He's a lovable loser, and everybody in this town shits on him.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and I would say this is a dumb movie, right?
Yes,
but it's
is it
Adam
a return
Sandler
to form?
Dumb.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say it's more of a return to form than some of his recent things.
Sure.
They make a lot of what is it called? Happy Gilmore references that I loved
Okay.
in this.
There's a good
So
spoiler right in the beginning that's just
yeah,
fantastic.
there's some fantastic Happy Gilmore
Cameos,
references and
people.
cameos and stuff like that.
Nice.
There's a lot of cameos into this. But yes, it's a dumb movie. You're not gonna get like Academy Award winning like storytelling here, but it's dumb. It's also kind of fun,
But it's one of
and
his
so
best Netflix like movie. It's like the most Adam Sandler movie on Netflix that Netflix has made with him. I think like it's classic. Like the girlfriend, like the girl, it's two V's in her name. Like the older films. Like
Vicky Valentine.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's super. It's fun. I would recommend it if you're gonna watch it. If you're gonna watch a recent Adam Sandler film and it's Halloween, yeah, why not? It's still Sandler level of quality. So like, take that with a grain of salt as you will. But um, people have enjoyed it. I do say yes, it is dumb. It's a dumb movie. But yeah, it's Adam Sandler dumb. So and then. Besides that, that's all I can really think of that I really jumped into. So, yeah, back to you, Joel.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that. Why don't we jump over to Randy for a little change of pace? So, Randy, tell us what you've been up to, man.
I've been watching Hubie Halloween on repeat,
Yeah.
and that's not even a
I couldn't
joke,
guess.
sadly.
Real quick, Randy, for the folks at home, can you give a synopsis of that film? Never mind. No, go
I've been doing that before we started the streams tonight. We're still, my girlfriend and I are still watching The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Mhm.
And it's not as scary so far as season one, but the story is interesting. It's a little slow, but it's still like I'm still want to watch it all. And then I'm just looking forward to the new episode of Supernatural. And there was a new Ghost Hunters type or Ghost Adventures type episode tonight, where they're like screening room where they're like going over old stuff. Because a new episode comes out on Halloween from they're at the Tiger King's zoo.
Oh god.
That's where they
Ah.
investigate. That's
Oh,
so
wow.
insane.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing, and I've been just trying out the new PlayStation games that came out. Like earlier, I tried out Vampire, and I finally got Rocket League downloaded because that's also free. It's not listed, but it's free now, free to play.
Mm-hmm.
And then Need for Speed
Mm.
Payback. So I'm looking forward to trying that, but I just haven't had a chance to yet. Oh, and getting Halloween Candy and Animal Crossing. That's what I've been playing and watching.
Nice.
Very cool. Well, if that's all you've got for us right now, then we'll jump on over to Will. Please do tell.
Yes.
What have you been doing, man?
So I have been playing. I've gone back and played one of my favorite games of all time, and that would be Left 4 Dead 2, because they came out with the new free fan community DLC, the first DLC that they've put out in like 10 years or something like that, and it is okay. I mean, the new stuff isn't really all that impressive, but at the core of it, it's still Left 4 Dead 2, which is an incredible game. And I hate that time has just dwindled away the audience for that game, because God, it's so fun. The new level's pretty cool. The new like survival levels are fun. The new weapons are, again, okay. I haven't gotten any good with them yet, but it's a blast. And it's zombies. So, October, zombies, why not?
Yeah.
And then as far as watching, Jelani will appreciate this, but I've been watching the new Dimension 20 campaign, which is Pirates of Leviathan. It's Dimension 20. God, they're just so freaking talented. Everybody that goes on that show, I have no idea how they find so many people that are just like amazing role players, but everybody who gets on that show is so good.
Absolutely love it.
Dude, and like the tiny little morsels of crossover that you get because it's in the same universe as Fantasy High, are just lovely.
It's so good. It's so great if you're a big fan of Dimension 20.
There is one character that I don't love, but I still like, and that's like the first time I've ever not loved one of the characters, and it's like the biggest criticism I can give is that there's one character that I'm just kind of over.
Can I guess?
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
you could probably guess. You got a 1 in 6 shot.
Is it Marcide?
It's Marcide. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right.
There are just moments where I'm like, oh man, okay, whatever. I don't want to get into it too much.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not that he's not a great role player. The character is very different from the other characters. So
yeah. Well, he seems to be the only character that's not dynamic. Like, he's very much the same character now as he was when the story started. And that always sucks in RPG, I think, is you want to see your characters grow and progress. And yeah, so that's a shame, but I still think he's an incredible role player. He's just, not my favorite, which isn't that much of a slap in the face. I don't think it should be. And then besides that, I sat down last weekend and I binged The Boys season 2.
Hell yeah, you did! I forgot. I watched the finale. That's what else I forgot to say. But go ahead.
Sweet Jesus, I love that show so much.
So good.
It is so brutal. Especially when you've got, Marvel over to one side, still turning out popcorn flick, superhero movies, which are great. I freaking love the MCU. And maybe it's because that is so heavily in the zeitgeist that when you get something like The Boys, you're just ready for it. Like, everything that they do that Marvel won't do, the novelty is turned up to 11. And it's incredible. It's Deadpool, but it's actually trying to say something. You know what I mean? And so I love it. The humor is dark. The scenes are gory. All the characters are broken as hell. It's beautiful. And the season itself, like this season, somehow actually went up. Like, they jumped the shark even more than they did in the first season. So 100% love that show. Can't wait for season 3.
That's right. Jump the shark, skewer the whale, they would say.
They did skewer the whale, didn't they? So to say.
Do you know who's going to be in season 3, Jelani? You should.
Yes, that's right. Playing Soldier Boy from Supernatural. Jensen Ackles.
You said it right.
God,
Jensen
I can't wait.
Ackles.
Yeah. Yeah. Super good. Ooh, I'm so excited for more. Season 3, open for it.
We got to talk about that. I'm hoping by the time season 3 rolls around, we'll be able to get together in person and just talk it out. Because, man, that show is so much better when you have someone to hash it out with. So.
Oh, yeah. Really good.
But, yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that one. I guess I'll just give my quick 2 cents. Unfortunately, I have not done too much again with regard to the video game area. I've been trying to figure out what to play next now that I've got a little bit of time on my hands, in the evenings at least a little bit. So I'm trying to see if I can find something fun to play. And if you guys, we were going to do Until Dawn or something like that too. Or maybe, what is it, Man of Medan. But I don't know I don't know about that yet. We'll see. So something like that might be fun. But Amy is busy playing Genshin Impact, so it's hard for me to fight with her for the remote because she has such a good grip on that remote right now that I don't think I'd win. But aside from that, we usually try to do this thing where we watch like a number of movies for October, where it's like, they're obviously like more horror or esque or sci-fi, like that type of stuff. So we usually put together a list, and we really haven't been able to take out a good chunk of it yet. But over the past couple days, we did watch 2 movies. One of them was The Endless, which I brought up on this channel before because I had seen it. We were hunting down another movie, but they didn't have it available, so we watched The Endless, which was a kind of Lovecraftian type film, and is a sequel, sort of, not direct sequel, but part of another film that is made by the same directors. And they now star in this movie called The Endless. And if you guys recall, I said it's kind of like there's this omnipresent type thing that messes with time. And I'm not going to give away too much, but give it a watch. I think you might be pleasantly surprised. After we watched it, there were a lot of good questions. And I like when we have questions after movies where it's like, at least has you pondering. Even if it's continuity stuff, it usually means it's like, all right, well, I want to see how that fits together. So I don't mind when it's like a continuity question, as long as it's not like some glaringly obvious one. You're just like more like, they did this over at this point, but over here they did something else. How do you think that makes sense? So we had a lot of the good talk after that. And also, it's kind of a lower budget movie, but I said immediately after we watched it, she's like, that was really good. I'm like, isn't it amazing what they did for, what they did with what they have, kind of thing. And I was like, it's a really cool thing to witness, that type of thing. So, and not that I'm naysaying on any, budget level. I'm just saying it's like, it was a really nice experience to see that when something like that is presented on Netflix. So, the other movie that we watched is The Possession, but not the 2012 one. I'm talking the 1981 one, which is by 1983 in the U.S., but it's by Andrzew Zulawski. I don't know if that's saying it correctly or not, but it has Sam Neill in it, and he was very young in this. And it is honestly one of the most unsettling movies in the entire world. It is another kind of Lovecraftian movie, but it obviously, from the title, you would guess that it has to do with kind of something supernatural. If you guys haven't seen this one, that whoever's a horror lover, I would definitely suggest this one, because you're going to be on edge just because of what's happening in the movie up till the point where you get revealed the supernatural part. So no more review. I'm just going to say that it was a very cool movie to see. And I'll leave it at that. That's a great one for you guys to check out if you're looking for an older but awesome, unsettling horror movie.
What's the title of it again?
Possession. So a very general name, but if you look for the year 1981, you should be able to hunt it down pretty quick. All right. And like I said, Sam Neill's in it. So, Dr. Grant is in there. So yeah, that's kind of all that I've been up to, unfortunately, besides just clocking away, listening to stuff on YouTube, more than anything, just listening, whatever it is. So, all right, I think we can move along then, and why don't we get into some segments? We can jump into, let's start with Jelani's international movie review, if you've got one for us. Do you have one for us, one this week, buddy?
Yeah, well, yes, I do have one for you guys this week here.
Awesome. Hit us.
All right. It's Jelani's international review. Today I'm going to talk about, I want to give a shout out to a series. I'm not going to do a standard review today because I still need to finish up more of the series, but I want to give a shout out to it. On Netflix, there's a Korean international show called The Kingdom. And it is a zombie genre movie or series, but it's very well done with how it's actually portrayed. It deals not with modern time zombies. It deals with old days, feudal Korea type era, and it deals with how would the during that time period they would react to a outbreak of something like this happening. A lot of politics that happen with it, but a lot of really cool, great set pieces, really well shot, really well done, easy to access for people out there. So I believe there's 2 seasons, hoping fingers crossed for a third. It's really high quality, really great, really well done. So if you're looking for a taste of a zombie genre movie, but from a different kind of culture's point of view, The Kingdom on Netflix. Really great. I will give it not on a scale right now, but high recommendation from me right now until I finish the entire series. I'm still making my way through it, but I want to give a shout out for that. So that's my international preview. I don't know if that makes sense.
Mid-view.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for that one. Will, do you have a consumer corner that we could maybe jump over to hear kind of what's going on?
Oh, I very much do. Thank you for asking.
Johnny, hit that song.
Hey, he's got.
No,
I'm
that's
like now
the other
forgetting
one.
the.
Does everyone
That's the
get a
other
theme
one.
song?
We just had it's more of like a shopping one, so it's like, whatever. All right, we'll let you do your thing.
He found these freebies.
Yeah.
He found these freebies on the internet.
Well done, sir. I love it.
Yes, of course. Thank you for joining me in my consumer corner this week. Not a whole lot going on over at PS Plus because they do monthly. However, if you are Xbox Live, Games with Gold changes over tomorrow. You can get the Maid of Scare, I think is how you pronounce that. Looks like a horror game, rated M for mature on Xbox One. Grab that. Slay Away Camp Butcher's Cut, still out there for the entire month of October. And the Xbox 360 game Costume Quest comes out for free tomorrow on Xbox Live as well. So go grab those games with gold, play them up, all sort of the Halloween costuming, scary, spoopy theme. Always good to check those out. As far as Epic Games Store, there is Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs, which I think that's the same universe as The Dark Descent, but I'm not 100% sure. Check that out. I don't play a ton of spooky games, just like I don't watch a ton of spooky movies, but I would love to hear if you grab that one and check it out. There's also a game called Kingdom New Lands, Epic Games Store, free as well. They've sort of settled into a groove of giving away 2 a week for free now. So that's a great thing to see. This one, again, it looks like more of an indie sort of side-scrolly 2D 16-bit sort of artsy indie game, like I said. Definitely go check that one out. Great for the price. And finally, on Steam, there's a game from Sega called Armor of Heroes that is currently 100% off. That one I tried to look at. I wasn't able to get too much info on. So again, go check that out and let me know what you think. Finally, yes, I just wanted to double check. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the ever classic game from Sega. Obviously, yes, one of the greatest platformers of all time. Go hit that Green Hill Zone. It is free on Steam. 100% off. Grab it before the 19th. So grab it before, what is that? Next Monday to get it 100% off in your collection. Forever, for free. That is all I have for the freebies for this week. Go play some free games, you all.
All right. Awesome, man. Well, thank you for that. Appreciate the shopping advice or finding freebies for us.
Yes, indeed.
All
I'm
right,
definitely gonna hit the studio and record that theme song. So.
Yeah, I do like that. That's awesome. All right, let's jump over to me, and we'll just go through all right, this is going to be a collaboration, actually, where we're going to involve everybody if we can. So trailers. Let's talk some trailers really quick here. First and foremost, I want to hear from Randy about what the hell this Fat Man movie is. Can you give us a little synopsis on this one?
Okay, so for the longest time, I kept seeing the trailer for Fat Man, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's why can't I think of his name now?
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson, thank you, Jesus. So Mel Gibson, I'm like, oh, it's just a Mel Gibson action movie. Why do I care? And then one day it just came out like 3 days ago, I think, or maybe a little bit longer, but not much. And I'm like, someone said something like I read ho ho ho, and I was like, no. So I watched the trailer, Mel get this is not a spoiler, it's in the trailer, so like just why he's Santa Claus. And
What?
and like it's someone like a kid gets coal in his stocking or something and grows up like to be evil and rich and he wants Santa dead. So like the whole premise of the movie is this team of mercenaries is hired to kill Santa. Santa has guns.
Hell yeah, Santa has guns.
It's insane. I can't like that's the whole trailer is just him making Santa quips like loading guns and like punching people, making a couple little jokes, and I'm like, this can't be real. I asked a bunch of people, I'm like, this isn't real, right? This is
gonna put some ho holes in all these.
It's not April Fool's. This is a real thing. It's excellent. I can't wait.
That is so peculiar. I don't know even what to say about that except for hey, bravo to him for stepping aside from like the trying to be serious all the time and maybe just having some fun again. So
it's like the opposite of The Passion. Maybe he's apologized. I don't know. Maybe he's like, oh, I'm gonna make this movie. We're gonna watch Jesus get crucified. I'm gonna be Santa. Or maybe it's even worse than The Passion.
Santa's
like,
I'm gonna be Santa.
Fuck religion.
Guns.
Screw rules.
You know
I'm
what I
Santa.
love?
Come kill me. Ho ho ho. Here's a beard.
And forgive me if I'm going a little far here, but you know how every once in a while, really once a year, you get people who are like, don't wish me happy holidays, it's Christmas, damn it, end the war on Christmas. Like, right. Mel Gibson is 100% going the other way on that. He's like, no, Christmas is declaring war on us. Christmas is tired of taking this lying down. It is coming for us.
He's like, if you don't believe me, lethal weapon, motherfuckers. Oh, that is so funny. All right, well, let's move along then on to some other trailers here. Jelani, you had mentioned that you saw Jiu-Jitsu. I don't know, Randy, if you got to see this one or Will, but this is another what the living hell is going on. But I have to say, if this is a resurgence of like attempting to try to make 80s cheeseball movies, I'm actually all right with this. So, Jiu-Jitsu, though, this is a Nicolas Cage movie. Jelani, tell us what the hell he's doing this time.
All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to imagine. Close your eyes. Imagine with me, if you will, Nick Cage, right? Nick Cage, right? Somewhere in the jungle, somewhere, right? He meets a guy, and he tells him, aliens are come to our planet for a fight. Right?
Once a year.
And it's once a year. And we have to give him a fight. And so learn martial arts and be a great warrior and you can fight against this creature. And I want you to imagine a creature, right? Armor. Thermal vision.
Oh, it's the Predator minus the dress.
It's the Predator?
But it's not as cool.
Yeah. Exactly. This is another really peculiar one, I have to say. And I think its thing is that it knows jiu-jitsu, if I'm not wrong, so they all have to learn it to combat it.
Because of course it's
so...
So is there going to be a hook at some point where it's like, we didn't invent jiu-jitsu, it was given to us by the aliens hundreds of years ago?
That could be the big reveal.
Probably.
That's got to be what happens, right?
We gave you periods,
right?
And
and
pyramids. We gave you pyramids.
Just imagine Nick Cage,
long hair,
sweaty, coked out of his mind glory, telling this random dude, I don't know who this actor is, just like, aliens come to our planet for a fight, and you gotta give him one.
Oh, the beast! Jiu-jitsu!
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but I have to give him a round of applause because seeing Mandy and Color Out of Space, those were fantastic roles for him. So I think it's like he's doing what he wants to right now, and he doesn't care about like whether it's good, bad reviews, anything like that.
Wait,
he's
when
just doing
has he ever cared?
He cared?
Answer
fair
me
enough,
that.
Fair enough. Bees! Fine, fair enough. But you get what I mean. I'm saying that it's like a lot of these were larger production prior to that. So it's like they tried to put him into movies that I don't think he precisely fit into. But these are more of a good role for this guy. And it just seems to be like he knows what he's doing. And if he's passionate about it, he's going to put that effort into it. So let's give it a chance. Let's see what type of bullshit he's going to do against Jiu-Jitsu Predator.
All right, here's the thing, though.
Let's see.
Here's the thing, though, is I will support this if it opens the door sometime in the future for a Van Damme movie.
Oh God, yes.
Where instead of fighting the Predator, he's fighting little green men.
Oh, please.
So like
Mars
he's
Attack
just
guy.
drop kicking like E.T. Like I will 100% go in for that.
And just think about this. These are like better than like Sharknado quality. So and I don't have anything against Sharknado. I'm just saying that they're super over the top cheesy, right?
Yeah.
But these are like attempting to be real movies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
attempting to be real.
I can see it now. Nick Cage accepting the Best Picture Oscar for Jiu-Jitsu with the Predator.
I'm not
Adam
hating
Sandler's gonna be
anybody.
pissed.
I'm not trying to shit on anybody's attempt at whatever their artistic take with making movies, but it's just like this is so odd. I have to just be like, this is fun. Whatever's going on, it's fun. But then Blockbuster Hollywood comes back and slaps us in the face with a big old you know what, and gives us Monster Hunter out of nowhere. Nobody asked for this. What the living hell is going on here, Jelani? What do you think of that?
Literally, no one asked for it.
All right, listen. All right, Monster Hunter is a beloved franchise, video game franchise, right? It's gotten more traction over the years. I think people would have enjoyed this movie if it was done correctly. But here's the thing. I don't think they made a Monster Hunter movie here. They made a Resident Evil movie.
With Stargate.
So here's the thing, right? Things that don't make sense to me about this trailer, right? You got Mila Jovovich, whatever her name, Jovovich. She's back as the main character, so it's just a bunch of shots of her, and then a lot of the cast is off to the side doing whatever the fuck they're doing because it's all about her. She's doing a lot of running, a lot of action scenes, and Monster Hunter is like a fantasy game where your character hunts monsters and stuff like that. Somehow this army crew gets teleported to a world, and I was like, wow, you're really taking liberties with the story, aren't you? You know? You don't really see any of like you got quick shots of like some of the cool fantasy stuff, but it really is just like, oh, we have army dudes fighting against like some of these creatures that we know from the games, but it's very Resident Evil-esque, and you barely see any of like the cool weaponry that you even see in the game. And so, go ahead.
Who is the director of this movie?
Good question.
So that's what I was about to bring this up. The director of this movie is Paul W. Anderson.
Oh,
right?
they're this ass.
All right. So here's the thing, right? I love Paul W. Anderson for a couple things, right? One, he directed Event Horizon, right, which we just brought up earlier. Probably his best film, right? He did Mortal Kombat back in the day, which is arguably probably the better of the video game movies, but like, not great. But he did do every other Resident Evil. He did do Alien vs. Predator. So he has a weird track record of making. Yes, he has a track record of making really bad video. He makes really bad video game movies, and then sometimes when he's left to his own devices, he makes Event Horizon, which is like, you know, this doesn't look any different to me than any of the Resident Evil trailers I've ever seen. It's not exciting me at all. I don't know what they're going for here, but it's not Monster Hunter, and so there you go. Sorry, Randy, go ahead.
No. Is there deserts in the trailer?
Oh yeah,
it's all
and
dead.
it's her in black.
More camo-ish, but yes.
Whatever. I've never seen
More
the trailer,
camo-ish.
but I could guess just because
Yeah.
from him,
Oh, yeah.
her husband. Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Well, you know, it's funny to look at his track record with movies. He jumps in with some of these franchises, not usually with the first, but this is his first. But like Resident Evil, he did like 3 or 2, and everything beyond that, or every other like one, because they're on like the 90th movie. And then he did Death Race, like what he's just made a new one, Death Race 2, 3. You know, he did all of those actually. And then
he did all of the he did all of Death Races, the first one included. He did all of the Resident Evils, first one included. He
What was
also did the first Alien vs Predator. But
Jesus
they're all subpar versions of films that we would really want good versions of.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's true, except for Event Horizon.
Event Horizon is like he is like his only
Moment of clarity.
really great movie.
Here's another thing though, because we're shitting on this director pretty hard, but
I know that's true.
can we talk about Mila Jovovich for a second? Do we think she's a good leading lady? Because I've never really been impressed with anything that she's
Since
done.
Fifth Element.
Since
Yeah, dude.
okay, yep,
Lilu
that's
only.
totally on me. I forgot Fifth Element, but
Yeah, that's Fifth Element, and I did enjoy her in the first Resident Evil, but then it
I'll give you
seems
that.
like they just really shove her down your throat. That's what they do.
I still
And
feel
so
like
that's
she never plays a character that has any emotional depth at all.
It's
You
almost
know.
like she can't.
And so yeah, like it's
almost
very
like she can't act.
convenient. It's very convenient that in the Fifth Element she played a character who really had no any sort of cognition, really. Like,
I will say the Fourth Kind was actually pretty good. If you haven't seen that one, that one's pretty cool.
Okay, that one was pretty good too.
Yeah.
The aliens.
She's
and
in a
stuff.
shit ton of movies. If you go through her works, you'll be like, "Oh man, I didn't even know she was in that." To be honest.
I mean, I'm just
but
saying, like, the director is not the
Where she's
only
lead, yeah.
reason that this movie is probably
no, but they're
going
in
to be on
cahoots,
fire.
and I wonder if they're married.
I wonder if they're children together.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm not excited about this film. Who knows? I could be completely blown away by it, and it just wasn't what the trailer showed me. But what the trailer showed me was they showed me the entire film. It's gonna be all about Mila, and all the
And
other
killing off slowly
characters
the rest of
die.
them, yeah.
Because there's like a big scene. There's a big scene in the trailer where it's obvious none of the other characters are around, and it seems like the end. And so, yeah.
Way to give away the ending, right?
That's the
all right.
best.
Well, all right, guys. Let's wrap up on trailers here, and let's jump over to. I think we can just do Jelani, and then I'll do my Joel and Tell after that. But let's do what's releasing really quick, Jelani, if you could do that.
Sure. All right, everyone. If you're looking for something fun to do over the weekend or watch, this is where you stop in and let me tell you what we got. All right. So, if you guys are looking for something cool to play this week, I would highly recommend checking out for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch. Released today is a game called Cloudpunk, which looks like a cool pixelated like cyberpunk open world game. The trailer for it looked really cool. It looks like that they really tried to get out before Cyberpunk.
Precisely.
But it looks great actually, and
Yeah,
it,
it really
and
does
it was
look pretty
something that if you're looking for something cool to play, try that out. Besides that, released out there for people to play, you also have I don't know if you guys are into Hunting Simulator 2 for the Switch. There you go. Tomorrow there's tomorrow there's Mario Kart Live, the home circuit for Switch, which I believe is that the Mario Kart
Kart Live.
toy. Yeah,
Yeah,
called Mario Kart
okay,
Live.
sorry.
I believe it's a toy game, but I'm not sure. And then that's all I really got for games. If you're looking for something to watch over this coming up week, remember that there's some really great stuff on Netflix you can watch. I believe this week we're going to be getting the second season of coming Monday. Second season of Unsolved Mysteries is happening.
Yep.
Trial of the Chicago 7 on Netflix is happening tomorrow, which is a timely movie. So I would recommend checking that out as well.
Is that the first time we've ever plugged a documentary?
I don't believe that's a documentary. That's a movie.
Isn't it a
Which one?
documentary? What am I thinking? I'm thinking of something else. Sorry.
Yeah, so Child of Chicago 7 stars Eddie Redmayne and Sacha Baron Cohen. Yeah, so
I'm thinking of something completely different. Okay.
Yeah, it's a timely movie. It looks great, but yeah, you guys can check that one out as well. And then I believe that's all I really got for releasing. It's kind of middle of the month, guys, so there's not much out there that I'm like catching. But hopefully you guys are all just having fun and looking for cool stuff to play and watch. So
Yeah.
that's all I got, Joel.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that one. I do appreciate it. We're going to jump over to Joel and Tell.
Wait, I have
Joel-
one question.
Whoa,
Yes.
wait. Pause.
Hold on,
What's up?
hold on.
Brandon.
This gets
Sure,
kind
go
of
ahead.
relevant before the show and tell.
Oh.
Did anyone see that Dexter's coming back for 10 episodes
I did hear about that. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
on Showtime?
Yes.
I had
Good-
to
good call,
say
man,
that.
for sure.
I forgot about
Dex-
that, and it's the spooky season. He's murder. Sorry, I had to.
Yes. No. Yeah. It looks great. I enjoyed the series up to a point. I think they went a little extra, but I think
Right.
coming back they could really revive
They're
it.
gonna
So
right some wrongs and give us a
Yes.
good concrete ending and some cool
fingers
stuff.
crossed.
Sweet.
Really
Yeah,
cool
I
stuff.
heard that
Sorry.
the ending was bad enough that some of my friends who watched that show skipped
Yeah,
it. So
yeah,
that's good that they're
Yeah.
getting a second crack at it.
yes.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Well, yeah. So back over to Joel and Tell. Thank you for bringing that up, though. I do appreciate it. Joel and Tell.
Oh, yes.
Joel and
Tell.
Tell.
Joel and
Joel and Tell.
Joel and Tell.
Awesome. All right, guys. So I've got something a little bit goofy here to start off with, which I've held on to for a long time, and I did not know that these things are actually quite desirable now. So another one of my mysterious things that I did not know. But I bought these things because this guy named David Horvath used to make they're essentially like, I don't know, the vinyl toy thing before vinyl toys were really popular. But what it is, and it's kind of timely to Halloween, is the Mothman versus the Flatwoods Monster. And what that is I don't know if everybody's familiar, but the Mothman is obviously like a very well-known U.S.
Yes.
mythological creature. But a lot of people probably have not heard of the Flatwoods Monster, which is like supposedly a potential UFO that crashed, and then a alien, like, what you can look this one up. They're actually both have like some I don't know what you'd call it, either mythology or at least some
lore.
Yeah, exactly. So lore behind them. But what's funny about this one, and I love it, was it's from Braxton County. That's where it's from. But they have on here, it says Supermarket Toy Series, number 1. To my knowledge, they never made another Supermarket Toy Series. And what you can see in here is these little guys with these awesome little faces, and they come with a fence and a tree, a creepy tree. And it's like, that was it. So, but this is from 2008, which is actually pretty early in the vinyl game, I would say. Like, vinyl, like, really started popping up big time, like, and you guys know what I'm talking about when I say, like, vinyl stuff, all those little tiny plushy guys, including stuff like this, which Will was so gracious to give me. So thank you, sir. A very nice nod to you. But I mean, you can kind of see the similarity with regard to like how things were developing. This, like I said, was kind of early on in that whole that whole thing. And so this guy made this, and now these are like beyond desirable. And I had no clue. And I have 2 of these things, 2 of the same stuff, because I was like, oh, they're hilarious. I'll just put one up around somewhere and I'll give one to my brother or something. Never did. And now I have these things, and it's just like, what a weird little thing. And they're like, kind of artsy, and it's kind of funny. I know you can't really see it because the bag's getting old, but it's like, yeah, it's pretty cool, actually. So, yeah, if you want an interesting story, look up either the Mothman or the Flatwoods Monster. Fun to read into those things during the season.
I'm genuinely
and then I'm going to
impressed
just jump
that you
over.
didn't open that yet.
What's that?
I'm genuinely impressed that you didn't open that and make them fight.
And look, well, it is a versus, right?
Right.
I should have. So, but talking about fighting, I got to jump to my next. Yeah, exactly, Gelati. I got to jump over to my next one here, which the tag on the back of this one says, Raw Instinct Takes Over. My favorite crossover in the world is Resident Evil, but with dinosaurs. It is Dino Crisis.
Yes!
Freaking for the Sega
I just talked
Dreamcast.
about that the other week.
I know. So I had to bring it back, and I had to just show you guys that this is my original copy from my Dreamcast. It's all beat up, and the case barely holds together. I put a lot of time into this game. It did look pretty decent on the Dreamcast, I have to say, considering the first one came out. What was it, for the PS1, right? So, this game, I just. There's something about it. It was actually a great idea when they were trying to exploit the like fear games that were coming out of the early PlayStation era, because they just crossed over. They probably saw what happened in Tomb Raider when people saw the big dinosaur, and they're like, "Oh, that is such a brilliant idea. Now, can we just put that together with what's going on in Resident Evil? That'll be perfect." So this really is. Exactly that. This is made by the creators, obviously Capcom, from the creators of Resident Evil, but it actually feels and handles just like one too. But the game in general, I would just say, is a very fun game. And for those that don't know out there, like Dreamcast was a special system because it was one of the first next-gen systems. So by the bit system, it was considered 128 bits, but it did not use DVDs, which was probably its downfalls. And you can see this. This is so funny on here. On the back of these discs, this is called a GD-ROM, and you can see where it's recorded differently.
Yeah.
That's the boot part of the disc, and you can replicate that on a burner, any burner. So you could actually rip off all of these games, which is so terrible if you just put the boot up on there. It's so funny. I just have to say, Dreamcast was a wonderful system. I loved it. I put a lot of time into it. I've got a whole bunch of like VMUs and games, and I just thought this one was kind of timely to bring up during the spooky season. And if you want a good scare, there's a lot of good dinosaurs jumping out of nowhere, and they are not easy to kill either, especially with like tank controls and shit like that. So go give it a look. See, I don't know if this one's free anywhere right now, but it'd be interesting to find out if it's on any of the current stuff. So
I'll take a look.
We'll have to give that a find. But this one, I'll just double check. Yeah, this was 2000 when this one came out. So that was actually pretty early on that was literally the first year of the Dreamcast, which is pretty cool. It's just funny because it's like, all right, tiny synopsis. Secret government project. They're making dinosaurs. This team goes in to investigate what's going on. Oh shit, the dinosaurs are loose. It's Jurassic Park with Resident Evil. I promise you that. So go give it a play. You'll have a damn good laugh. And that's what I've got for Joel this week.
It's really one of those games that I really wish we would have like a modern version of, like where, Resident Evil-esque like remake of the
maybe
very
not
early one.
Not full HD. Yeah.
Not the space one, but at least give us like that concept again. Like give us like that great horror dinosaur game.
I'd be first in line, of course. Yeah. So, Will, did you find out if it's anywhere?
No, I found a Reddit conversation from 2015 calling Capcom idiots for not re-releasing Dino Crisis yet.
Yeah.
I checked Steam, I checked everywhere. Doesn't look like it's out yet. So.
Well, that's all right. I think, they're waiting for the right moment to strike. Clever girls.
Yeah, well said.
So, all right, I'll wrap it up on that note. That's Joel and Tell. So thank you guys very much.
Joel and Tell.
All right, and I will continue the horror stuff related as much as I can for as long as I can. So I think that pretty much wraps it up for our segments here. Do we have anything that we wanted to bring up else that anybody wanted to discuss before we jump into Rapid Five?
I will say this really quick. If you're out there, if you're enjoying yourself, hit that follow button, tell your friends, like, subscribe, share. And also, don't forget, we're raising money year-round this year for Extra Life, benefiting the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin. And right after Spoopy season is Extra Life Day, where we're going to be doing our 24-hour round-the-clock stream, trying to raise some money. I think we've already blown last year's donation total out of the water. So Extra Life Day and everything after that is all gravy. You guys are making some kids going through rough times really happy. So please continue to give generously. We really appreciate it. Whatever you can spare, don't go overboard, but we appreciate whatever you can do.
Yeah.
And that link is below. And then
panels
be
below.
sure to be here on Extra Life Day. We're going to have some fun.
Oh yeah,
November 7th. Oh man, it's coming. It's rapidly approaching.
That's a day before my birthday.
Ooh.
All right, guys. Well, you know what time it is. It's freaking rapid 5 time. Let's get into it.
Rapid five.
All right. So on rapid 5, we go around from each individual here. I've got a couple of questions for each of them. They're kind of randomly generated in this crazy mind of mine to bring more information about each individual to you, maybe in a funny way, maybe in a serious way. We'll see. But then we'll jump into a question that pertains to each of them, and we'll get to that when we get to it. So let's first jump into asking Jelani,
Oh,
do you have a favorite horror game? If so, what is it?
Oh, favorite horror game?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm not a big horror game player, but if it counts, I really did enjoy Resident Evil 4. Yeah,
GameCube?
which is really good. Yeah, when it first dropped out there, really great game. I loved the action third person controls for that one. It felt really great, so like it sticks in my mind as like, yeah, that's a really good one to like point
Oh, you're
to.
not alone. A lot of people love that one.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Well, then let's jump over to Will.
Oh, hello.
I'm going to start you off with a gentle one. Is it a sandwich? And I don't know if I've asked you this one, but I think we'll double check. Have you heard if a fried chicken between 2 waffles is a sandwich?
I feel like we did do this one.
Did we?
If
Crap.
we didn't, I'm glad to adjudicate this one more time.
Do it for us, because I have another one, but I'm also not sure if we've done that one. You see, we're starting to narrow it. We might have to move to the cereal concept, which
the soup, yeah. Well,
Excuse me, is it soup?
Is it soup?
Trust me, I am much more knowledgeable about sandwiches.
Then we should move to the
soup. I would say that the chicken and waffle sandwich. Nope, I'm not even gonna acknowledge that. I'm just gonna soldier on. I would say that the chicken and waffle sandwich is a sandwich. It can very easily be portable. It's meat between carbs. Classic layered situation. I think it has all the elements of a sandwich. Just be sure to wash your hands afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah, would you put syrup on there?
Sticky.
Maybe a spicy syrup?
Hell yeah. You know what would be really good is that like hot honey stuff that they have right now.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
That stuff is
yeah.
so good. That would kill on chicken and
We have
waffles.
brunch again, damn it.
Yeah, I'm starving.
I'm not even too much of a
Dang.
bruncher lately,
Man,
but I
I'm
would love
gonna-
that.
I'm hungry. I want to. Let's
appreciate
all
it.
just go. Let's all just go get some chicken and waffles.
Yeah, chicken and waffles.
Oh shit.
Damn, are you guys
Awesome.
all high right now?
No.
All right, Randy, I've got one for you. What is your favorite paranormal-based movie? Now describe it in the most absurd, abstract way possible.
Oh.
And let's limit it to a few words. Try to keep it like, within a sentence.
Okay. Crazy girl stabs herself in crotch with a crucifix.
All right. You did it. You did it.
It's good.
You did it.
Go ahead and place your guesses in the chat if you think you know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Is that?
All right,
is,
we'll
I'm
come back
sorry.
to
Is that a French translation?
Yeah, it's a French translation, yes.
Oh man, I love it. All right, back over to Jelani. What is the most recent comic you have read or plan to read?
Oh, this is really 2 questions in one, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you didn't read one recently, then what do you plan to read?
Well, okay. Recently, I've been rereading the first collection of Ultimate Spider-Man again.
Cool.
I think it's a great series. Perfect comic book. If anybody out there is looking to jump into a Spider-Man comic book series, Ultimate Spider-Man is the best one to go into. It has a complete beginning
Better
to
than
end
Amazing?
storyline. Well, yeah, Amazing's still going, and it's just convoluted to hell. Ultimate Spider-Man has a storyline. It starts and ends, and then it begins again with Miles. So, if you're looking for something there to go into, that's what to go into. Another thing, the comic that I really want to read that I haven't gotten down to yet is the what is it called? It is the Batman White Knight series,
Yes.
which is like the reverse. It's like the roles are reversed. Like Joker becomes kind of like the light, it's on the light side. Batman gets very dark in that, so it looks really cool. So I haven't read it yet though. So.
And then, just really quickly, because this one is kind of Halloween-ish, not really. And it's more just, we don't even need to discuss it, but have you read Berserker
No.
from 2009?
I don't
Which they
believe
tried
so.
to cast Keanu Reeves as, but I don't know if they're going to go through with it.
Don't think so. Don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, if you guys want to look into something kind of interesting, it's a worthwhile comic to looking into. So imagine just ripping people apart because you're going berserk. So very cool. All right, moving on. Let's go back over to Will. Which would you rather watch, Will? Hocus Pocus or Halloween Town from 1998?
Well, I've never seen either of them.
How dare
really?
you?
Yeah, this is a
really?
recurring theme where everyone just sees that I have no expertise when it comes to movies.
Not even the Pocus.
And so Hocus Pocus is higher on my list because I know that's the more egregious sin.
To be
So I
fair,
would do
Hocus
that.
Pocus is way more overrated.
Yeah.
Gotta watch
That's all right. That's all right. All right, that's fine. We'll let you have it. And you know what? You get some homework. Go watch it. And tell us what it's
You
like
guys would be amazed at how few films I've actually
That's all right.
seen.
I don't even want to criticize you on it. I just want to see if you'll watch it and then tell us how freaking 90s ass that movie.
90s.
I feel like this show should be called Will's Homework, as like we just keep piling up more
Poor
stuff
guy.
for Will.
It's so bad.
I am a gaming nerd. That is why I am on this show, and you know
That's
that.
true. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
That's true. That's true.
All right, we're jumping over to Randy, and I understand you like peppers. If this
Yes.
is true, then do you have a favorite pepper that you use in most foods?
I have a bottle of Carolina Reaper powder that I bought. When did I get it? Like December of last year. And I use that on pretty much everything. Obviously, not too much unless I'm really wanting to hurt. But it's become my favorite pepper. It's dangerous.
It's high on
Just a-
Scoville.
Just
Yeah.
a, just a little
Huge,
bit
Yeah.
in some stuff, and it tastes so good. It's like slightly sweet, and it tricks you. And it
Not
robs you.
vinegar.
Vinegar?
Not a vinegary taste. It's not a vinegary taste.
No, it is. This is dry, like just ground up Reaper pepper that
Very cool.
you cook with it. So like that is my favorite pepper. But like if you're going like sauce bait, like Tabasco habanero is my favorite sauce.
Oh, really?
Hot sauce.
Okay.
It goes
Great.
on everything.
Cool, man. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I like it. Thank you. We will
Also,
take that as a
I've had a
recommendation.
Charlie horse in my left ass cheek for like 20 minutes. It keeps coming back, so I'm now in the fetal position because it hurts that bad.
Well,
So
take a
sorry,
stretch.
I
if I'm
really-
going
Take a
like
stre-
this.
Take a stretch until we get back to you.
I really
Yeah.
hope that has nothing to do with peppers.
Yeah. Put them where the sun don't shine.
Oh,
Sounds good.
God.
All right. Back over to Jelani again. Would you rather?
Hey.
Would you rather be able to catch ghosts, but only with your bare hands, or be able to cast darkness wherever you are or wherever you want, but it causes more attention to be drawn to you than the opposite? So it's like usually you think like cast darkness, you can get away from it, but it's like you're out in broad daylight and you cast darkness, and everybody's like, "The hell is that big dark thing right there? What the hell is going on here?" So all you can do is either catch ghosts, and you can't put them in anything. You just got them in your bare hands, and you're like, "Shit, what do I do with this?"
Can you
Or you
choke
can
them?
just cause darkness. What one would you want?
Can you choke the ghost?
I mean, that's kind of what you're doing, I guess.
The F? This question is so
Convoluted.
weird. But I love it anyways. I think it'd be really fun to.
You could yell at the ghost.
I think you know what? Well, see, that's really difficult because I can only grab him with my hands, huh?
Yep. Not putting it in a box or anything.
Okay, am I able to like just only grab them, or can I physically alter them with my hands all the time? Can I just like touch them?
I mean, I suppose that entails that you can feel them, you can touch them, you could like punch them, things like that. But it's like if you want to catch a ghost, you can't do it with anything else other than your hands.
Ah ha ha ha!
If you're gonna alter ghosts, can you please get their consent first? I'm not comfortable with this.
They've got history. That's why they're haunting him.
Listen, I will become the greatest Ghostbuster of all times with my hands.
All right.
With my hands. If there's a commercial of me just tackling a ghost and just like stop haunting people.
And they see you in the street doing that, and they're like, great Fight Club reenactment.
It's just me getting punched by an invisible person. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. Just slamming things into the wall.
I love it. I love
it. That's what I'm gonna go for.
All right. So I'm gonna jump over to Will here, and this is not a comic book question. This is comic comedian. So tell us one up and coming young comic that we should keep an eye out for.
Oh God, I don't know if I know any up and coming comedians.
It could be local if you'd rather resort to that.
Oh, geez.
I know you haven't been probably in that loop for a little bit now, but
well, the problem is like I'm assuming you're talking stand up, and I'm not a stand-up.
It could be anything. It could be actors and actresses. I know you're a fan of comedy. A man of comedy.
I am. Let me instead throw out someone who's been around the business quite a bit to the point where he's got a couple Netflix specials, but until he's like headlining stages all over the country, I'm not going to be satisfied. I'm going to throw out a guy named Bo Burnham. Do you guys know this guy?
Yeah, of course, for sure.
He is.
I do.
So clever and so talented, and I've been watching him since he was just on YouTube in his parents' attic, and this guy needs to be like running the world because he's just incredible. And so like if you don't know who I'm talking about, please go check him out. Absolutely one of my favorite, and like I said, up and coming, not really. He's had a lot of success. I think he deserves way more.
Could it be the next Steve Martin?
I mean, Steve Martin was pretty musical, if you remember, and he did a whole lot of bits. So I think
I have a couple of albums. So.
Yeah. Hell of a banjo player, Steve Martin.
Oh yeah. All right, moving on over to Randy for question number 3. I need you right now to tell me how would you make your ideal character that survives a horror movie?
How would I make my ideal character?
Yeah, like yeah. All right, you take that however you want. Let's hear what you got.
I would like if I'm creating the character.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just like think of you can't tell us a scenario, but you could tell us how they like what I don't know. You interpret it how you will, but Jelani, if you want me to narrow it, I can. Go ahead.
Let me jump in here real quick.
Right.
Randy.
Yes.
From a director's standpoint.
Okay.
You're creating a character who is the final girl of your movie, or is the hero of the movie in a horror film.
Okay.
Great, go.
This person has to have some kind of knowledge of like medical knowledge, like how to like quarter line, blah 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 blah. If you're bleeding out, they know how to stop the bleeding, either with flame or quarter line. What is it called? Shit, I can't say it.
Turner.
Cauterize?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Cauterizing the wound. They have to have some sort of basic medical knowledge where they know how to like keep themselves from bleeding out. They have to be armed. They have to know how to use some sort of weapon, and they have to just be smart. They need to know, oh God, this killer could have set traps. They can't just be like, oh, I like weed. I'm gonna go run into a tree. Like you're not gonna survive.
Sure. All right. I like it.
No basic, just like that's all they're there at said location for is to get high stoners. If the person is smart and knowledgeable and still can handle his high, then that's fine.
All right. I like it.
You have to have some sort of knowledge. What if you get stuck in a bear trap and you just rip it out, and you're still bleeding out. You'll die before the killer even gets to taste a piece of your flesh. It's just different.
Well, they sound intelligent, so I approve. I think that's the best way to go. They gotta have actual,
yes.
Yeah, they gotta have some skill under their belt instead of just general asshole. All right, moving back over to Jelani. I want to know what is the best Halloween spoopy song? And you can say Monster Mash, but if you can come up with a different one, I will allow it.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of other Halloween songs. That's all I can think of is Monster Mash right now.
I shouldn't have put that in your head.
It's stuck there now. It will not leave me. Best good Halloween songs.
Adam's Family song would kind of count.
Yeah.
Themes would kind of count.
What are you doing to us, Joel? What are these
maybe
questions?
Thriller? Maybe Thriller? Thriller's a good Halloween.
Thriller, all right. I approve. I think that we must abide. Jelani has spoken. It is the best Halloween song. Wonderful. All right, we're moving back over to Will here. Will, what is your favorite candy that you would have got as a kid for Halloween?
So my favorite candy as a kid, 100% was Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Ooh.
And so if those are in the trick or treat, we may have lost Randy again.
Yep.
If those are in the trick or treat, I'm gonna be at your house. These days, it's got to be a Take 5 bar. If
nice.
those are there, 100%, I'm in.
That's a run away with the basket level.
Yeah.
Emergency.
I'm very much like lawful good when it comes to the take one baskets that people leave out on their porches. But if it was full of Take 5s, I'd shovel that shit for sure.
Or at least have a moral dilemma.
Yeah, I'd sit there and look at it for a minute, and then some other little kid comes and puts his hand in, and I swat it away.
All right. Well, you know what? Before Randy gets back here, hopefully he'll jump back in. Let me pose the same question just to Jelani to maybe just kill a little bit of time and give him a moment to come right back. So, Jelani, what was your favorite candy that you would get in Halloween?
All right. So, my favorite candy to get for Halloween was loose candy corn. No, I'm just screw that.
I was like
that
so surprised.
Me when you said
the worst thing.
It's just followed only by raisins, right?
Yeah.
Filler.
Filler. Yeah.
Gross. I don't want
the candy that you just reach into your own bag and throw it back at them. I remember the struggle.
Yeah. No, to this day, my favorite candy is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Yeah, it is. I just can't think of another candy that I really love more than a peanut butter cup. When you get a peanut butter cup in your candy in your candy sack, whatever,
and it's not destroyed.
You know the size. You know what you're gonna get. It's always the same exact peanut butter cup, unless they're doing little fun cups when they made those.
Yeah, the golden
but you're always getting the same regular size peanut butter cup, and it's always amazing. It's a full size peanut butter cup. I don't want these small little candy bar fun size. But peanut butter cups. Mwah. Love them.
All right, I got to step back for one moment and just say, do you guys remember those popcorn balls that would come in the bags?
Sure.
And if you got one in decent shape, it was like, yay, this is a success. If it wasn't old and stale, but the problem was a lot of times they broke apart in the bag, which would therefore end up in your crap, and you'd have all these little popcorn bits all over the place. It's like, damn, that is such a missed opportunity there. And then what else is he gonna say about Halloween candy? Because you mentioned candy corn. I'm trying to think. There was I had another funny ass question to ask, but I'll just say that it's like, did you ever have as a kid anybody that was giving out full size candy bars?
Oh, you got to go for the full bars, man. Everybody knows that house.
That house.
Absolutely.
If you give out full size candy bars, you are the house, right?
Yeah.
You're a
you're going
saint.
for.
if you give out full-size bars. Bob's Burgers did a full episode about that one year. How like there was a neighborhood far off where they gave full-size bars and the kids like full on like snuck out to it.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we're
No, I don't know.
He's
trying.
Randy's
trying.
It's the ghost of Randy. You can grab him with your hands. Oh, now he's gone.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
well, guys, do you think we should jump into Keep, Stop, or Snap? And I'll let him know what it is once we get to it, so we can get going with that.
Or I've got a song.
Oh.
Yeah.
For Keep, Stop, or Snap?
No, the Halloween song that you were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
No, go ahead.
All right.
It is by one of my favorite artists. His name is Jonathan Colton.
All right.
And it is called Creepy Doll. And it is a fantastic, spoopy little tune. Put it on if you haven't heard it. It is wonderful.
Discord keeps kicking me, just so you know.
Oh, no.
That's all right. That's all right. We're glad to have you back. We were talking about candy. You left off right as I was about to ask you your next question. Will just gave us a great song recommendation, so welcome back. And I've got a question for you, Randy. Do you like B movies?
Yes.
Now, which 80s B movie is the best in your eyes?
80s B movie.
Bears.
Narrowed it down.
Beats.
I think the date's right. Roadhouse?
That doesn't start with a B.
Is that B?
Is that
Yeah,
80s? That's B. That is a B movie.
All right. Well,
The throat rip. Come on.
Yeah,
You don't have a throat. You don't have a throat rip in an A+ movie.
That's true. That's true. All right, fair enough. I love it. That's a great choice for a B movie. I love it. All right, guys. That means that we're moving to the final question, which applies to all three of you guys. This is called Keep, Stop, or Snap. I'll just give a quick description for people out there that may not know what it is. Keep, Stop, or Snap. It's the idea is I give three different things. And they have to decide in which order they would kind of keep things. Would they keep it? Would they stop it? Or would they snap it out of existence and it would never have existed? And you would be none the wiser about it existing, essentially. So this week we have, and this is relevant to what we were saying before, horror movie archetypes. The final girl, the stoner, or the authority figure. So what would you keep, stop, or snap? And if you need any clarity, do ask.
I need you to repeat the question because the chat is going off about the B movie, and I got completely distracted.
Oh, the B movie.
Yes.
You like jazz? Okay, that's good, people.
We had a whole info dump about bees in the chat.
I think we got the entire screenplay here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. Anyway, the Keep, Stop, or Snap was horror movie archetypes. And there's the final girl, there is the stoner, and there is the authority figure. Which one would you keep, stop, or snap out of existence?
I'll go first because I think I have the least feelings about this question. I'll go really quick. I think you have to keep the stoner. Because, and this is really important, he's the first one that's gonna die. Like every time the stoner,
which is an empathetical. You get an empathetical kill out of him because you're like, oh, he was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, he's someone you can just chill with. He dies, and that puts the killer over. You know what I'm saying? That makes it real. So you got to keep the stoner. I think it's time to stop the final girl. I think we got to have other people surviving to the end. I think representation matters. Let's get some diversity in the survivors. All right. And then the authority figure, snap them out of existence. We can do better.
Yeah, and I'll just kind of elaborate a little bit on that so you guys can just kind of think about it a little bit. It was just the idea that you always have one who seems like they're sensible or they know what they're doing or they like, no, we're going this way. Are you crazy? We're not going to go over there. That type of shit, you know?
Exactly.
They come in many different forms.
But full of it.
You're right. And they usually end up going. So
I think
all right.
I think that person could eventually be the new final. And so that's why I'm snapping them out as they are right now and stopping the final girl. That's right. Okay, it's changing the archetype.
All right, I love it. Jelani, what do you have for us, man?
All right, I'm going to agree with Will here. Actually,
Oh, you got it. All right.
I'm gonna keep the stoner one. Stoner can become the final girl. I mean, they did that with Cabin in the Woods, I think. One of the
Yeah, well,
there.
both of them survived. The final girl did survive with the stoner, right?
but I think again, the stoner can be done in a way where it's not just like, oh, he's drugged out of his mind. I think it could be done more smartly than it is. So I'm gonna keep that. Final girl, I agree, could be stopped, and you could get like let's break the rules of the past, and let's get some different people surviving. Figure it out. I'm sure we can get it happening. The authority figure always sucks in these movies, right?
He's always the person you want to die.
They're always the person you want to die. They're always the person who doesn't listen to the group at all, or like who doesn't like take kindly to them not being the leader. And I was like, come on, you're supposed to be like the person who knows what they're doing, and like you're not listening to anybody. And so they're always like the people who are just like, I really don't care about you. Go away, I can't think of one authority figure in a movie that I thought I would really want to keep around. Maybe Dewey and Scream, but I think that's because they subverted that.
I was gonna say, like,
that's a good one, actually. Yeah.
This archetype is so universally hated that he ended up being the big bad in Tucker and Dale versus Evil. They
true.
like deconstructed the whole thing, and they're like, no, this guy is being the know-it-all like authority figure. He sucks. Everybody hates him. Let's make him the bad guy. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, he turned out to be the psycho and everything like that. And it's fun.
I love it. All right. Well, you know what? It seems like we lost Randy this episode here, so I'm gonna just give my list.
The killer got him.
Yeah, exactly. So looks like we're still gonna have to compete to be the final girl here, but I am gonna actually. I have to say, I think we all are on the same page here. It seems like the archetypes that I listed, at least, I could have switched out authority figure for the jock, but I think he has just as much hatred.
They're kind of the same.
And it only really works with like high school-esque movies, whereas the other ones can be, other age ranges. So I'll leave it with the authority figure, but I'll just say, final girl, stop. I'm sorry, let's go in order. Stoner, keep. There's always something that's interesting out of that. Final girl, stop. And maybe reconfigure. And then the authority figure, you asshole, get out of here. You don't know shit. You're always dead. So I think on that note, guys, we're going to wrap up here. Hopefully you guys out there who have been watching, you're enjoying your comments about the B movie and not listening to us, you assholes. I'm just kidding. I love you out there. I'm just kidding. Hopefully you're having fun with the chat. We're having a good time here too. So thank you everybody for participating this evening. I think if Randy's not going to jump back on here, we'll probably just wrap up for the evening. Johnny, you haven't heard back from him, have you?
Yeah, so I think I think we should just wrap up. I'm pretty sure like he's having some tech issues, so let's just
okay, all right. Well, make sure everybody that you stick around. I'm sorry, not stick around. Be here next week on Thursday again. We'll be live from 7 p.m. Central Time as usual. We're going to get back to our championship debates, and we'll make sure that we have a lot of fun doing that, and then we should be able to do some more aficionados and bring you some more crazy questions. Let's see. Ooh, there it is. We'll show them that.
Let's go.
That is a that. Awesome, man. Well, yeah. Everyone, thank you so much. Make sure you keep it locked to all things Pop Samurai. Go visit, go like, subscribe. Everything that's available on PopSamuraiNetwork.com. I have been your host this evening, Critical Joel Peperaki, along with my co-host, Will Milwaukee Washcoon, and your boy, Jelani Hoon. This is the POPtober awesome Pop Surprise. Well, stick around. Like I said, we're going to be here every week in October for some fun, creepy stuff. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Will Our Heroes podcast survive? Spread the word, subscribe, and tune in next time. Same Pop Samurai time, same Pop Samurai channel.